Hello everyone and welcome back to Two Left Thumbs. This is another installment of Flashlight, a series where I look at popular online games and series. Today I want to look at the long-running series Ghost Motel, and specifically the first installment and a remake I made of that installment just a few months ago. The Ghost Motel series spans 11 episodes of both movies and games. The original episode was released in November of 2002. I was already excited by the idea of working on a remake of an old classic online game, and with the original Ghost Motel celebrating its 13th anniversary on a Friday the 13th, it was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. The original series was created by Violet Aim and Wayne Colt. I was able to get a hold of Wayne and he approved of the remake. Unfortunately, I never heard back from Violet and I had to carry on without her, because at this point I only had a couple of weeks left to actually make the game, and I had never even programmed anything before. But I don't want to focus on the background of developing the game, I want to focus on the end product and how it compares to the original game. I studied every inch of Ghost Motel and I tried to include as much of the original as I possibly could, and then I built from there. The biggest change is that the original game plays more like a short film, and I tried to make it play more like a point-and-click adventure game. Without the time to build a whole new story, my game remains quite linear, similar to the original. I tried to do my best to match a lot of things shot for shot to really satisfy the die-hard fans of the original. For example, the interaction that Joseph has with the clerk at the front desk is nearly identical except for a few small changes to the dialogue.
Welcome to the Ghost Motel. I've never seen you around here before. What is your name?
Welcome to the Ghost Motel. You must be newly deceased. What is your name?
My name is Joseph Winter. I died recently. Okay, just sign here in the guest book.
My name is Joseph Winter. I died on Friday the 13th.
Thank you. Please sign here in the guest book.
I liked the freedom of adding new dialogue to the game, and I hope that people who played the original enjoyed the little extras that I slipped in. The first dialogue that I got to write was for a character who you never actually interacted with in the original, who I've dubbed the Bouncer. I'm very grateful to J.W. Accent, who actually did all the voice acting in this game, and he really brought the characters alive. I'm thrilled with the work that he did. The whole joke about Joseph not being well dressed enough is actually based on a bit of improv that Jay did while he was recording these lines. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check out more of his work. He's really talented. Another little reference I slipped in is the painting at the top of the stairs. In the opening scene of the original, he switches from a ghost to a skeleton, and here you can toggle him as a ghost and a skeleton by clicking on the painting. Alex Shia, who actually also does the intro theme for this channel, was kind enough to make a remake of the original Ghost Motel theme on very short notice. There's a little Easter egg that lets you switch out the remake with the original theme music, and that was something I added at the absolute last minute of development. The only reason I rearranged the upstairs is because I thought it was weird that you couldn't explore the right-hand side of the upstairs. In the original, Joseph just quickly pops in and out of his room, but I wanted to add the ability to actually look around in the room. These planned additions had to get cut for time constraints, but this is where you can put on the bow tie that Jay referenced in his goofy improv. Here's one of the most glaring examples of me being sloppy and running out of time is that Joseph's still holding the suitcase when he leaves the room. I couldn't get the programming to work to hide the suitcase, so it stayed in. Now the original game ends with a bit of a jump scare, but I don't really play horror games, so I'm not too familiar with the best way to approach those. It was a real challenge for me to get the timing of it right, and it's really hard to scare yourself when you know it's coming. So I took some inspiration from Jonochrome's One Night at Flumpty's, since I'm a fan of his work. In the original game, it's actually just a picture from the Evil Dead movies. In the spirit of trying to make things similar to the original game, that also means that my demon looks like the Evil Dead's demon. A few people who reviewed the game say they were startled, so I'm glad I caught a few people off guard. I really didn't know if it was gonna work. And that's just about it. I mostly just wanted to make this video as a fun way to show the side-by-sides and explain some of my thought process while making the game. Fans have asked me if I would remake more games from the series. Working on this was a lot of fun, and I'd be interested to do more, but it doesn't really feel right to just keep remaking someone else's games. Maybe someday if Violet ever wants to make an episode 12, I'd be able to lend a hand. I wouldn't want to do anything else with the series without the approval of both original creators. I'll provide some links below if you want to play the games for yourself or to check out the rest of the series. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about the remake. Feel free to comment if you have any questions, and you can provide suggestions for future installments of the Flashlight series. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and I hope to see you again.